Hello and welcome to Cricket Adda presents this special IPL preview 2023 curtain raiser. We decided to do this live on a very short notice. That's why just a few people joining me. But our representative has already reached the Wankhede Stadium. Ninad Lakde straight from the Wankhede Stadium. Ninad, what's the update there? The match is in Ahmedabad. What are you doing in Wankhede?
I'm just eagerly waiting for the next Mumbai encounter over here.
Interesting. We'll just check the schedule. I think Mumbai play their first home game on 8th of April. That's a long time from now. It's against Chennai Super Kings, is from what I see. Is it? Yes, Mumbai versus Chennai, the first home game for Mumbai, Wankhede Stadium. That would be interesting, Kevin. How excited are you? 16th season of the IPL, but at the same time, it's not the Indian Premier League. It's the injury Premier League. We have like 17 injured players, four half-fit players, and three players who have opted out. I don't know what's happening. Could you just shed some light on that?
I think with the advent of global T20 and so many leagues around, we can see players picking and choosing. But I've never thought that we'll see so many injuries. But I think maybe like my best friend said, Facebook muscles has led to most of it. But yeah, the game has moved on so far, and we've come, the it has helped Indian cricket blossom, and I'm very eager to see how this impact rule is going to shape up, which will give more and more opportunities to young players to come in. But also, it's going to ruin the opportunities of grooming all round talent. So let's see how that goes. So this is something that's very exciting for the IPL this season.
So yeah, फिर कौन खेलेगा अगर सब इंजर्ड है तो कौन खेलेगा? I think replacements have been announced for Prasidh Krishna. We have Sandeep Sharma. For Kyle Jamieson, we have Sisanda Magala. For Mukesh Chowdhury, I think it's Akash Singh. For Will Jacks, it's Michael Bracewell. So replacements are being announced, and today morning time, EST, evening time IST, I read that Jasprit Bumrah has been replaced by Sandeep Warrior, who played for KKR. I guess he has played for India as well when all players were down by COVID in Sri Lanka.
Has Mumbai announced a replacement for
Jai
Jai
Richardson,
Richardson?
not yet. They are
Okay.
still waiting on some overseas players, I guess. But Jofra Archer will be the key player for them. But talking about the impact player rule, Nina, the good thing about the impact player rule is that you can only use it for Indians. So young Indian players who say can smash 30 of just 12 balls, or say a spinner who can come in and bowl 4 overs in the middle. For those players, it's perfect. You can't use it for overseas players. So you can't replace a Trent Bolt with an Obed McCoy. You can't do that stuff. So Indian players will be in action once again throughout the two innings, isn't it?
Do you think the impact player rule would help Mr. Tendulkar have a stepping foot onto the one-cricket ground? Can we expect to see Arjun Tendulkar?
Interesting question. Ninad, your thoughts on that?
I mean, Arjun Tendulkar, I doubt if he would probably get game time even this season because you've got better players. You've got Mohammad Arshad Khan. I think I see him probably getting into the playing 11 as well in the absence of Jasprit Bumrah, him being a left-arm pacer as well. Um, and other than that, I guess, yeah, it gives great opportunity to Indian talent. You can use an overseas player only if you have three in the current playing 11, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's also a catch in the rule. So, I mean, cannot make any predictions because this is a pretty new rule, and different teams would have different game plans going into the matches with this new rule. So, yeah, let's see how it turns out to be.
Yeah. Just to add on, we have this time the IPL has given captains the opportunity to present them with two team sheets at the
Yeah,
toss.
yeah.
So I'm very keen on seeing how that goes to. Yeah, I was looking into the complexity of how difficult is it to change the ball if it gets too wet, or do you need a Sevak to always sit it out of the ground for a new ball to come back?
Yeah, the due factor will be something to watch out for. But I think the thing about using two teams at the toss, that would negate it, because you can say if you are batting second, you can get an extra batter in your team, or
Yeah.
get an extra bowler if you're bowling first. So you can do that. do that, you can bring in a spinner later on depending on the impact rule. So those two things will be key to watch out for. Let's start the all 10 teams preview, and let's start with the Mumbai Indians because they came last year. And this year, once again, it seems as they might be struggling because I look at the bowling attack and the only name I see is Jofra Archer. Ninad, obviously, you can pitch in on this, but apart from Jofra Archer, yes, you mentioned Mohammad Arshad Khan. Yes, you mentioned Arjun Tendulkar, but again, the spin attack you see, it's Ritik Shaukin, Kumar Karthik, a total of 9 matches between these two players. Very inexperienced. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's a pretty toothless bowling attack, I would say, which once seemed to be a really dangerous one. But then I see the experience of Piyush Chawla helping these two spinners, not only during the games but also behind the scenes. And Piyush Chawla could also probably be a key player while introducing the impact player rule. He could probably come in and give you a few overs in the middle, a few quiet overs, and yeah, probably Jofra and Jason Behrendorff could then take things on over there in the death.
Yes, I think the bowling is looking very weak on paper. I think
Mm-hmm.
just it's going to be centered around Jofra Archer. I think it's a big season for Rohit Sharma, the captain,
Mm-hmm.
because he's not delivered. He's not been expected to deliver that much with his batting, but this time he'll have to take care of the batting, shepherd the batting, as well as manage his bowling resources because he'll have to unearth a star this time. And I don't know, I don't see which player they're going to start off with because Mumbai has this tradition of always bringing
Bringing
a
in a
new
new
player
player,
for the
yeah.
first match. So whoever's picked, I wish they give them a long rope. I'm very happy that they have decided to keep both the spinners in, and so that means they have seen some promise in them and they're going to back them. Their batting is we'll talk about their strengths later. I think we start off with the weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not convinced that this bowling attack can even defend 200. But I think this is going to put unfortunate pressure on the batting to always get the extra 10-20 runs, and this batting lineup can do that.
Yeah.
Yes, they only have to keep in mind that just 120 balls. So whoever starts off has to start off uh, in the third gear or something like that. So talking about the batting, I think there was some whispers like would they look to have Kishan come down or Rohit
Yeah.
come down and just to have Cam Green on top. Ninad, what do you think? What is that a good
Yeah,
move
I
or you
mean,
stick to the Indian core?
no, I would as well have Cam Green bat up the order because you've seen he's got a lot of potential. He's got that height as well, so countering the bounce would be a little more easier for him. And well, the Wankhede, looking at the home ground matches, the Wankhede is a pretty bouncy pitch, so he's used to those kind of pitches, and he has come good for Australia in the limited games that he's played. So I think in Wankhede at least he can replicate those kind of innings. Whereas if Mumbai go overseas on slower pitches, then you could probably push him lower in the order and have the likes of Kishan and Rohit because Kishan is a good player of spin and so is Rohit Sharma. He's all class as well. So I think it would be more of a tactical decision depending on which ground they're playing in. But yeah, in Wankhede, definitely you've got to open with Cam Green.
So Cam Green would open with Rohit Sharma or Kishan. What is
Um,
your
yeah, with Kishan, I guess because you get the left-right batting combination, and we've seen Rohit play at number 4 before in the IPL also. So yeah.
Interesting points there. But you just mentioned, let's quickly about the bringing in a new player for the first game. They did it in 2018 with Mayank Markande. They did it in 2021, I guess, with Marco Janssen, or 2020.
Yeah, there was a Rasik's.
Yeah, Rafiq
Yes,
Salam
I think it
from
was
Jammu Kashmir,
2019.
yeah,
2019.
2019. So I won't be surprised if this guy plays the first match. It's Nuan Johnson, but
Yes.
Ninad told me that he wasn't at his best in the SAT20
Yeah.
league, so maybe. But you might see an uncapped Indian. You never know who is going to play, but definitely a new player will be in the 11 for the first match. But as Ninad mentions, they might consider opening with Green and Kishan, then Sharma at 4, Yadav at 5, Yadav at 3, Tilak Verma, Tim David. I think the top six looks really, really
Yeah.
solid.
I just like to counter to Nina. I don't think Rohit Sharma is going to bat in the middle order
Okay.
because Kishan had a fabulous 2020 season and he's not able to replicate that batting on the top. So I think because Rohit Sharma likes to take his time and start off, and he's so good with his front foot and back foot play. I think he'll open with Cam Green for sure. And the real question is, where do they bat Surya Kumar Yadav? Because I'm of the opinion they should have him at 3, but like we saw last season, Mumbai were trying to encourage him to hold the batting order together. So they were pushing him at 5 and 6. I don't think that's the right position for him to bat, because you're asking a player who's flamboyant and aggressive to bat with responsibility. So I think we can have Surya Kumar at 3, maybe Kishan at 4, and Tilak Verma at 5, and have Tim David at 6. So that would be my top 6. And then you can have yeah, I think this is then you can have Archer at 7, and then
Ritik Shaukin
yes.
at 8, and then the bowlers. But one thing which Mumbai does heavily is breaking up the LHB RHB thing. So I won't be surprised if Kishan is put in between Surya and the two openers, if Rohit and Cameron Green open. As we see CSK expert Sahil Khose in the background, he has some inside news which he will share once we come to CSK. But moving on to the next team, I think the bowling is the problem which we mentioned. Now let's move on to the next team, which is CSK, Chennai Super Kings. Sahil, would you like to chip in about what news you know about MS Dhoni and whether this is his last IPL? He is denying the news which he has, so
I
we
think he
will.
said no comments.
He said no comments. Okay, we will. He is just whispered saying that ki last IPL nahi hai. Definitely not.
Yeah.
So we might see MS Dhoni back again next year. Ninad, are you in Wankhede? Is a question coming in the chat. Would you like to answer that?
Yes, sir. I am the only person sitting in the stadium, sir. Pura stadium khali hai.
Obviously, because the match is in the Narendra Modi International Stadium, or whatever it is called in Ahmedabad. So moving on to Chennai Super Kings, once again, the captain is MS Dhoni. It's not Ravindra Jadeja anymore. Some big controversies happening there, but now all is fine. Jadeja is back with Chennai Super Kings. Some very useful buys, I would say, and the big buy is obviously Ben Stokes for 16.25 CR. But at the same time, the news coming in is that he will play as a specialist batter. Your thoughts on that? Because Dhoni likes players who can bowl as well. Say Suresh Raina, Moeen Ali, Jadeja, obviously there's Shivam Dubey, but now Stokes can't bowl for at least 4 to 5 games, is what I see.
I don't think Chennai needed his bowling that much, because you already had you had Dubey to perform that role. And I think the reason why they went for Ben Stokes is, I think, because he brings that flamboyance and X factor. He the temperament that he brings in big matches. I think Chennai Super Kings wanted that kind of a player. And this lineup would have looked really good if they had Mukesh Chaudhary and Deepak Chahar raring to go. But Mukesh Chaudhary unfortunately has been ruled out, and Deepak Chahar we not know in what shape he is. So, but the batting is really good. And one thing with Chennai Super Kings, this team is built to adapt. So on paper they have really good names, and these are players who can play all conditions. So it's you not know what you can expect from this team. But I want to see if Dhoni is a part of the impact player thing, where he just captains the and keeps in the field, and maybe sends someone else in his place to bat. But let's see how that goes, because they've got even Ajinkya Rahane for that
Yeah.
matter, and I think he'll be more of a backup player. But you never know with Dhoni, you might just plug him in there, because you never know what to expect with Dhoni. But yeah, we can run through the 11.
Yeah, definitely. The last time Dhoni, Stokes, and Rahane were in the same team, they
Yeah.
reached the finals, I guess. It's
Yes.
2017, IPL 2017, Rising Pune Super Giant. So you never know. Deepak Chair was also in that team, just to give you some information. Yeah, so I think Conway Gaikwad opening, that's a no-brainer. Then there are some discussions that Stokes might bat at 3, and then
Yeah.
Moeen Ali might be pushed down the order. That's obvious. That could be a case. But Moeen Ali at 3, Stokes at 4. So many people are saying that Raidu and Dubey both might play, but I think one of them at 5, Jadeja at 6, Dhoni at 7, Deepak Char at 8. That's still a very deep batting lineup if you have Chahar at 8. Then you can pick Simarjit Singh. And now here they need a replacement. They can't go with Mukesh Chaudhary because he isn't fit. So either if they want an extra spinner, they can go in with Prashant Solanki, or else both Tushar Deshpande and Simarjit Singh can play. But both of them are very young, inexperienced bowlers who mostly don't have control, and Dhoni likes bowlers who have control. So how do you see it going, or do you see Raidu and Dubey both playing?
I see Raido and Dubi both playing. I think they'll if there's no spot for both of them, I think they'll surely make use of the impact player. But yeah, I see both of them playing, and yes, I think Stokes will bat at 3 because he like the pace on the bat, and Moeen Ali is really good against spin, so I think they'll
Yeah.
hold him back at 5. Raidu's the no brainer at 4. He has to bat at number 4, and yes, I think this is going to be a big season for Jadeja, especially Jadeja the batsman, because he's done really well post 2019, and the form that he is, I think we would need to see something more from Jadeja with the bat. And bowling, I'm little with the absence of with the uncertainty on Deepak Char. I'm not sure if Mahesh Tikshana will play all 14 games. I think they'll use him only for games in Chennai, and maybe they'll have Pretorius coming in to
Okay.
bowl, because I do not know- I do not s- I we not nobody discusses this much, but Chennai doesn't has good death bowlers.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
now with Deepak Char also, you can see coming back from this, we don't know how the power play overs are also going to take place. And Ben Stokes not bowling, I think now is kind of like an issue, because in the T20 World Cup, I think he was opening the bowling.
Stokes was opening the bowling for
So
England, so yeah.
the pace bowling for this team, I'm a little surprised with the pick that they had, replacement pick for Jameson, but I do not think Magala will play. I'm not sure. I think it's more because he's not even available for the first game. I think he's in South Africa for that
Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
So I think they'll start off for today's game with Pretorius instead of Tikshana, because Tikshana is not available. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that you have to look out for. Is Pretorius available? Yeah, he's not
Yes,
playing for South
he's
Africa, so
retired.
he is available. They play the first game today. Ninad, your thoughts on some the impact player rule for them? I think Raidu is one of those players who can be replaced in second innings. Say CSK bat first, Raidu is done with his batting. You can remove him, get in a extra bowler for the second innings. Do you think something like that can happen?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, you could replace CSK are definitely in need of a bowler. I mean, that can obviously help with Dhoni's captaincy. So either Raidu or the openers Conway or Gaikwad, one of them also
Yeah.
can be replaced.
Yeah, so that's something. CSK play today. What do you think their 11 should be? You think Pretorius will play instead of that Tikshna thing, and then I think everything else remains the same because everyone else is available. Is Conway available? I think New Zealand were
Yes,
playing
yes.
ODI
No, so
yesterday.
then Conway has been released. Most of the
Okay,
New Zealand
okay,
players who are
okay.
a part of the IPL have been released.
Okay, that's good
Yeah.
then. That's good. Sahil Kose is commenting saying Mike set up production costs in the sky. This video is sponsored by Tide. I think it's Tide, right?
Yeah, I
I
think
think
so.
it's a Rin. I don't know. One of the detergent
We're looking out
powders.
for sponsors. I think nice. We can just put it
There
up
will
over
be
there.
two 11s, right? So yeah, that's an interesting thing. So the thing is that you can bring in two 11s at the toss, and once the toss is over, whether you're batting first or bowling first. Then you can give your 11. Say this is my batting first 11. This is my bowling first 11. So you have to submit 111 at the end of the day with five extra players as substitute, which can come in as an impact player. Is Chips Ahoy your sponsor? I think they are too expensive to be our sponsor. Like, I think we might go with Great Value lemon cookies.
Yeah.
We already have those cookies on screen. You can buy them from Walmart anytime, and they are not sponsoring us. Unfortunately, still we are uh, giving some advice about it. So moving on to the next team, Sunrisers Hyderabad. This looks a very very solid team. What do you think? Gaurav Sundaraman, you might know, ESPN cricket info analyst with the Sunrisers Hyderabad. He was with the Eastern Cape as well in SAT20. They won it. Aiden Markram the captain here as well. Unfortunately, he's unavailable for the first game, I guess, which is
Yeah.
on Sunday against Rajasthan Royals. rivals in Hyderabad. But yeah, let's straight away go into the 11 because this 11 looks lit. The top three: Abhishek Sharma, Mayank Agarwal, Rahul Tripathi. I mean, three Indian
Yes.
solid, two solid openers. You can see Abhishek giving you 400 runs, Mayank Agarwal giving you 400, 450 runs. Tripathi will bat at around 150 strike rate. Then you have the captain at 4, Aiden Markham, Harry Brook at 5, one of Phillips or Klassen at 6. Now, the best thing about the top six is that they have two guys who can bowl. Abhishek Sharma is bowling in the domestic circuit, and then Aiden Markham can chip in with his off spin as well. So they're covering all the matchups as well because you have an off spinner here, you have an off spinner here, you have a left arm spinner here. So 7 Washington Sundar has started to hit sixes. Uh, Adil Rashid slash Akil Hussain slash Marco Jansen is also an option in case they don't need a spinner. And then the three Indian pace attack where you have Bhuneshwar Kumar, Umran Malik, and Tina Trajan. Thoughts on this first 11?
I think it's a really solid 11. And the reason why I'm very excited about this team is because if we look at the top 6, none of those players are batting out of position.
Exactly.
Most of the teams, when you have it in the IPL, you see some players batting out of position and then the players struggling. But the top 6, everyone's batting in position. Top three Indian players batting in position. I'm very excited to see how Mayank Agrawal and Tripathi bat. I wish they get to bat a lot together because both are very selfless players and both play a lot of positive cricket. You have Aiden Markram, so he can play the anchor role if required. So he will take care of the role that Williamson is playing. And if one has noticed the overseas contingent, they're all having very good seasons in T20.
Yeah.
Very excited to see how Harry Brook goes. The only disadvantage for this team is that their 4, 5, 6 haven't played that much of IPL. So you do not know what to expect, though it looks very solid on paper. International experience has been good, but we do not know how they will go about in Indian conditions. I'm not sure if Phillips will play as a keeper. I think they'll prefer Klassen.
Yeah.
And big. I think this is a big season for Washington Sundar as well because he's got to take care of the spin department. I wish I could see more of Marco Jansen, but I don't think they would need him to as an all-rounder, even though he's proven to be one. He adds that diversity, but I think his death bowling, I think, is where that might cost him a spot to Rashid, because you already have Bhuvi and Natarajan take care of the death, and Jansen is not even a good, you can say, opening bowler for that matter. Means he's done well. He's like last time against RCB, but he's not. You can say for the combination we'll have to skip him.
Yeah, at the moment he's more of a test bowler and still developing in the T20 circuit. But I loved his batting against Rashid Khan. The way he smashed him for 3, 4 sixes, I guess. And the good thing about this bowling attack as well is you have bowlers who are bowling in different phases. You have Bhuneshwar in the power play, Natarajan at the death, Malik throughout the middle, Sundar in the power play, and Adil Rashid in the middle.
Yes.
So that's a very good combination.
I'm very keen on seeing they missed out on Rashid Khan. They got Adil Rashid. I wish he turns things for them.
Yeah.
Because they need a spinner. They need like last time we saw they were not able to take wickets in the middle overs.
Exactly,
and Abhishek Sharma and Aiden Markram might bowl, but they're not. They don't want to threaten the opposition. So I think Adil Rashid has to start off. Maybe in case if Natarajan or Bhuvi, one of them is struggling a bit, then I think they could look to get in Jansen for that matter.
They even have Karthik Tyagi. If I'm not wrong.
Yes, he's
they
there.
have Karthik Tyagi. I am a big fan of this guy because he has potentially bowls 140, 145 at times. I don't know where he is. He's injured. He didn't play last year as well. Like played a couple of games.
Excellent temperament, I think, which you saw against in that game against Punjab
Kings, where he defended 6 or 7 runs or 5 runs. He was just brilliant in that game. So
So let's see how this team goes. But I'm betting on them. I think they can make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. I'm betting on them as well. Moving on to the next team, Kolkata Knight Riders. The only exciting thing for Kolkata Knight Riders is their coach Chandrakant Pandit. I think he is one of the best domestic coaches going around, winning the Ranji Trophy multiple times. But at the same time, the team looks really, really weak. I mean, no Shreyas Iyer as well now. We still don't know when he will be available. My prediction is that he's not going to come for this season because he thinks the WTC is in line. You have the World Cup. You don't want to miss those opportunities for playing 3 or 4 matches of the IPL. Anyways, he's ruled out of the first half is what I know. So it's interesting to see how to see. And Nitish Rana in his absence will be his captain. First thoughts on that?
Yes, I think it's there's I think Tim Southee would have been a better captaincy option, but we're not sure whether he'll play all 14 games. So they had to see someone who's going to play all 14 games, and it was either Venkatesh Iyer, Nitish Rana, or Rinku Singh. And I think because Rana has been with them since 2018,
Mhm.
so they decided to give him the opportunity, and it's a big opportunity for Rana as well, because he's always had those. He's been the mini Raina. He's always had 300 plus seasons,
Yeah.
but I think he's got to deliver at least a 400,
400,
450 run
450
season
runs
for
season. Yeah.
KKR.
Yeah, and I've bought him in our fantasy auction, so he has to do well. That's one of the
Yeah.
good question coming in. Which players do you think will be on radar to be substituted, removed by an impact player? Umesh Yadav, Shaw. So the thing with Umesh Yadav is he's a fantastic power play bowler, but at the same time he's one of the worst death bowlers. Like there is a stark difference in his economy, in his average, in his strike rate. You can say it's like 7.2 in the power play, it's 13.52 in the death. So definitely, if Umesh bowls three in the power play, you can remove him and get a death bowler. But KKR don't have a death bowler in the squad as well. With Shaw as well, if Shaw anyways is going to bat up top, once he gets out, you can replace him with an Indian bowler, say Sakaria, say Kamlesh Nagarkoti or Mukesh Kumar. DC have a lot of options there. So definitely these two players. And the thing with Shaw is he's not a great fielder as well, so you might as well remove him and get a
I think the
bowler.
only player who will be disappointed is, I think, Delhi's Sarfaraz Khan. I think this rule would have benefited him a lot, but now I think with Rishabh Pant injured, I think
Yeah,
he'll have
he will
to
have to
keep
keep
wickets, so he
wickets.
can't
Yeah.
get off can't get off the field. So yeah,
Yeah.
but talking about
Yeah, moving back to KKR, let's look at their 11. And obviously, there's no Shreyas Iyer here now. Gurbaz slash Jagdishan slash Litton Das is an
I think
option,
Litton
but
Das has been in excellent form. I think
but
KKR
he's coming
just
in
want.
late. He's coming in
Yes, they'll
late.
start off, I think, with Jagadish, and I'm not sure, but I think
Okay.
Litton Das has to bat with Venkatesh Iyer, because
Yeah.
Venkatesh Iyer has showed a bit of promise, but
Mhm.
he's just looked out of he's just looked at sea batting with this.
So do you see Mandeep Singh slotting in here? Because that's the
I was
only Indian
thinking I was
player.
thinking if
You can
uh,
probably slot in Jagdishan as well. So one of those. What are you thinking here?
I think for the first game, I think Mandeep Singh might open with Venkatesh Iyer, and then
Okay.
after that have Litton Das bat with Venkatesh Iyer.
Okay.
I think Rana is going to play at 3.
Yeah, 3-3-4. That's
Yes.
where he plays spin well. He's a good spin hitter. Rinku Singh at 5, Russell at 6. You have Thakur at 7 and 8, Narayan at 8. Obviously, that will change up and down
Yeah.
based on the situation of the game. Umesh Yadav slash Tim Saudi. I'm going with Umesh Yadav. Then you have Lockie and then CV Varun. Again, the problem is death bowling, as you mentioned.
Yes, I'm keen on seeing if they would like to give Vaibhav Arora an opportunity,
Yeah,
because I
interesting.
think he had a very good few initial games with Punjab
Punjab
Kings,
Kings, yeah.
and we saw some really good swing bowling. So if Umesh Yadav is a bit rusty, I think they could look at Vaibhav Arora as well. So yeah.
So captain for KKR, Shreyas Iyer, who was the captain for KKR, is unavailable for at least the first half of the IPL. Nitish Rana, who has been with them from since 2017, 16, 17, he is the
18,
captain.
18.
18, they bought him.
Yeah, he was with
17, he
2017
was
with
with
Mumbai.
Mumbai. Yeah, so 18, he was with KKR, and since then he is with KKR for the last 4-5 years, and now he is the captain. We have a few people watching in the on YouTube, so if you have any questions, do let us know in the comment section, and we will try and answer them. Like just 1 hour 15 minutes remaining for the first ball to be bowled. It's Chennai Super Kings versus Gujarat Titans. MS Dhoni will be back in action after 1 year. Will it be his last IPL? Nobody knows. So we will. That would be interesting to watch. Moving on to the next team, the one thing which you can bet in any season of the IPL is that Punjab Kings is going to finish sixth. Do you agree with me?
Mm, Yeah, I think so. Now with best to not it depends on the Indian talent. Actually, I think it has to be a big season for Sarfaraz Khan, because for Shah Rukh Khan. I'm sorry,
Shah Rukh Khan. Okay.
sorry for Shah Rukh Khan, because they backed him,
Mhm.
and I think I've not seen much of him in domestic as well. So because now there are some issues in the batting, because you have
Yeah. Before
Dhawan.
we go into the issues of the batting and bowling, they have a purse of 12.2 CR. They have 3 slots remaining. They have 1 overseas slot remaining. Who is sitting on the auction table, man? What is this? Why are you wasting money? why are you saving money? For whom are you saving money? Nobody is buying anything. They have 7 overseas slots. You are allowed to buy 8 overseas players. I've been telling Punjab Kings to pick me and Kevin as their analysts, but they just don't listen to us. And once again, they're not going to qualify, is what I feel.
Yeah, I think so because
But yeah, looking at their team, opening looks weak again because Shikhar Dhawan is not in form. And the second opener, you never know. I think it's Prabhsimran Singh who has looked horrible in the 5-6 IPL games he has played. He has done well in the domestic circuit. I'm not denying that. I've seen him in the domestic circuit. But whenever he plays in the IPL, he's just not able to get going.
yeah, so let's because he's had good domestic seasons for Punjab. Both he and Abhishek Sharma have done well.
Yeah, for
But
Punjab, yeah.
domestic and the IPL is a little bit of because you don't get to face that kind of bowling attacks that you get to face in international cricket. So let's see how it goes because if you remember 2019 I think was when Hassan paid like approximately 4.8 crores for this
4.8,
player.
yeah.
So I think they really believe in his skills. So let's see him. I think he'll open with Shikhar Dhawan for the start. I think Bhanuka Rajapaksa is available, so he'll start off as their number 3.
Yeah, let's go to the 11. So yeah, as you said, Johnny Best is not playing. You probably go in Prabhsimran Singh here. You're
Yes.
saying you have Bhanuga Rajapaksha here.
Yes, because
Obviously, because Liam Livingston is also not available for the first game, is what I understand. So you have to probably who bats at 4 then?
so
Is it like Sikandar Raza?
I think they can just throw in Sam Curran. I think just to have fun.
Yeah, then the batting order looks really weak, is what I feel right now. Sam Curran at 4, you're saying, say, Shah Rukh Khan at
Hitesh
5.
at 5 and Shahrukh at 6.
6, yeah, we can just exchange that later on. And I think Sikandar Raza is playing the first game, is what I believe. Because you
How
have,
many overseas you have then?
you have just 4 overseas, right?
Okay, yes, and
Bhanuka,
Nathan
Sam
Ellis will
Curran,
start off.
Sikandar Razan, and then obviously Nathan Ellis here because Rabada is not available as well. So they really have to test their overseas depth and they just pick 7.
Yes,
That's the problem what I was talking about.
The bowling looks good because you got Rabada,
Yeah.
Sam Curran, Ashdeep,
Arshdeep and Rahul Chahar.
and Rahul Chahar.
And then Harpreet Brar who could chip in. Yeah.
Yes, so
And if Sikandar Raza keeps on playing, he is also a decent off spinner.
yes,
But I don't see him keeping on playing
Yeah.
because Liam Livingston will replace him.
it's a little disappointing. I think they could have done well with a few additional players, but let's see how. I think this they could have had a they could have had a really good chance had they just filled in a few more slots because they could at least back some tried and tested players in the IPL.
Yeah.
Yes, rather than just finishing short of 3 players for the squad.
Are you suggesting that Matthew Short is a good replacement? Saying Short. No, but Matthew Short has done well in the BBL, but you never know what he has to offer in the IPL because
I
we
think
saw
if people remember, there was another player,
Dati Short.
who did well in the Big Bash, and yeah, it didn't work out for Rajasthan Royals.
Will all-rounders will be pushed out of the limelight if impact rule carries over to next season? That's a very, very good point. I think Kevin mentioned it briefly while we started talking about the impact player rule, because the thing with the impact player rule is it gives more limelight to specialists. So say you're bowling in the power play, you bowl in the power play, go out, we'll get a death bowler. Say you are a power play basher in the batting department, say a Joss Butler or a Prithvi Shaw. Butler obviously keeps wickets as well if required, but a Prithvi Shaw, or you say a Venkatesh Iyer, if he's not going to bowl, you can just bat him up at the top, remove him, get in a bowler in. So definitely all-rounders, new all-round talent might not come. The existing all-rounders will still be there. Say Hardik Pandya will be there, and the overseas all-rounders are a very rare commodity. So you could see
I think
those
this rule
players. Yeah.
will affect Indian cricketers the most and Indian cricket because you're still going to invest in overseas players, overseas all-rounders especially.
Yeah.
Yes, but now with the impact player rule coming in, you're going to just invest in either specialist batsmen or specialist bowlers. You're not going to take your punts on Indian all-rounders. So I hope this rule is not taken into the further seasons because it takes out the you can say the it takes out the analysis part where of teams coming up with their playing 11. When you have the option to tweak your uh, tweak your 11 during the game, it though it provides a more competitive edge, but it doesn't help to develop the players. So in the long run, it's going to come back to haunt you in the international games. So yeah, let's
Yeah,
see
and
how it
I also think the
pans out.
analyst's role will increase here
Yes, it
because
takes out the captaincy role as well.
yeah,
So
because analysts will have to go through 15 players now. They have to see what are the matchups, who might come in for what are the possibilities of which impact player coming in at which time. Say a spinner is bowling, a leg spinner is bowling. Suddenly they push in a left-hander inside. He hits three sixes. The game is turning around. So you never know. All these things will be we will be
hmm.
seeing. From in the next 1 hour 10 minutes as Chennai Super Kings take on Gujarat Titans in the opening game at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. MS Dhoni will be in action. Hardik Pandya, the winning captain, will be in action. It would be a great game. Moving on to the next team, let's talk about the Delhi Capitals, and a big miss obviously there is their skipper Rishabh Pant, not available not only for the IPL but for the next 7 to 8 months is what we know, because he suffered a very dangerous accident. But he's fine and he will be back in action soon. David Warner is their captain, and I think this is the most explosive opening combination you can ever get in the IPL. What do you think?
Not sure because which one are we talking about?
No, the
Because
last year's
the
Warner was good
yes,
for
but I
DC.
with the captaincy on his shoulders and the kind of
Mm-hmm.
batting order that they have, I don't see Warner striking at more than 140.
Okay.
And for a batsman opening the power play, I think he has got to strike a little bit higher. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited to see Prithvi Shaw go because he's been doing well in domestic. He's not got his opportunities. He's for a change. He started off before Gill, and now when you see yes, when you see Gill doing so well in all three formats, and Prithvi is not even talked about. Yeah, so it's I just want to see. I hope he breathes fire. I'm very excited to see him. Prithvi Shaw go with Warner. There's I think Mitch Marsh. There are some rumors like after his performances against India of having him open and push Warner to three. I hope it doesn't
No,
happen.
that's not happening.
Yes,
That's not
because
happening because we know Ricky Ponting understands the game very well.
yes, and we've seen 2016 when Australia blew up their opportunity to make it to
Yeah,
the semis. They
semi-final
had
they
Warner bat in at
at four.
three, I think, yeah, throughout the entire
Yeah,
tournament,
three or four. Yeah,
and it didn't work out.
yeah,
So I think you got to go with Warner and Shaw. I hope Warner bats aggressive irrespective of captaincy. You have Mishmash at three. Safraz Khan. There's a lot of talk about Safraz Khan, and fans wanting him into the Test 11 based on his opportunities.
yeah.
It's very disappointing with that KS Bharat was released by Delhi, and now they have no keeper. Although they've recruited a player called Porel,
Abhishek Porel. Yeah,
Abhishek Porel. So yes, in case if they don't want Safraz, I'm not pretty sure Safraz can keep because I've seen him bowl. Yeah, the last
yeah.
over.
He bowled leg spin. I guess he bowled
Yes,
leg spin for Punjab Kings, and
and
here comes
Ashwin thought he was a better last over bowler than Sam Curran. So yeah, that's surprising. So I don't know how he'll go, but I'm pretty sure he'll not keep in all 14 games. And I
uh,
don't see Phil Salt playing as well because the only opportunity he had was to play in place of David Warner, and I don't see him batting in the middle order as well. So I think they'll just play Abhishek Porel and they'll have him bat low.
yeah, they can use Abhishek Porel as the impact player, where he just comes in and keeps wickets, and then somebody replaces him in the second innings or the first innings whenever they are not
Yeah,
batting. So
yes, they could do that.
yeah.
Yes.
But they will definitely start with Sarfaraz Khan for the first 5 to 6 games. If they're losing, say, four out of those six, then they definitely have to change things. And Sarfaraz is not performing, I'm assuming.
Yes.
But yeah, Shaw, Warner, Marsh at three. They have to push in an Indian batter here in absence of Rishabh Pant. So maybe it's Yasdul or Manish Pandey. You don't know. The other option, they have an option of Ripple Patel as well. He is smashing a few sixes. I saw him in the nets.
Yeah, I think I'm not. I think Lalit Yadav would play a key role.
I don't.
Yeah.
How is he making the 11 here? Do you see him batting at like
Yes.
six?
Yeah. With the impact rule, I
Okay.
think with the impact rule, I think yeah, because last year they backed him a lot, and I think he did well in one game. He won them one game.
Yeah.
Ropeman Powell, yes, Ropeman Powell. I think they have a lot of opportunities for their fourth all round. I think Nokia has to start.
Yeah.
Khalil, we don't know in what shape he is in.
Yeah.
Yes, so Khalil and Nokia, and I think in the bowling you have Kuldeep Akshar. That's a very good spin duo. I think this is the best spin duo that is on
I think
display.
Ashwin Chahal. Ashwin Chahal is right
Oh
up there.
yes,
Ashwin Chahal
Ashwin
is
and
right up
Shell is
there.
yeah. And even you have Moeen Ali and Jadeja for that
Yeah,
matter.
yeah,
Yeah.
but those two are finger spinners. If you
Yes.
want a
Yes.
wrist spinner and a finger spinner combination, I think Ashwin Chahal
Yes.
and then obviously Kuldeep Akhtar is a good one as well. All four
Oh,
Indian players
yes.
are in the reckoning to play for India. But Akshar Patel's batting form, they have to use it properly because they can push him up the order, being a left-hander, being a spin hitter. He can come in at 4 and 5 at times, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope they don't do that, because when you
Why?
have a player like Akshar Patel coming up, then you're forcing him to be aggressive.
Hmm.
So he's got to play the most selfless role there. And like we saw in the games recently, when you send a player like that, he tends to be more, you can say, he tries to give more importance to the player on the other side, because that player is a specialist bowler, is a specialist batsman. So you see, I don't want him to be that kind of player where he is. We do not see the best of him. So I think the best is to bat him at a one fixed position, not to use him as a floater, because we saw it with Jadeja as well. When you start using Jadeja as a floater post 2017, it did not work out well. So you have these players basically batting at 6-7, and you tell them that, now, because the majority of the batting has already been has done the job, you have these many balls, you plan it and structure the way you want to go and go about it. I think that is the best way to go with Akshar, and that's, I think, how he'll also enjoy his game. So I don't think that they
Yeah, Kevin, as an cricket expert, it's a very important question coming in. मेरी बंदी मुझे घुमा के गई, वो wrist spinner होगी या finger spinner?
I think she's a mystery spin.
She's a mystery spinner. That's the correct answer. Kevin Menzies. That's why he's on the stream. He knows everything about girls and cricket. And he has told you she's a mystery spinner. She might be Sunil Narain. She might be Casey Kariappa. She might be Varun Chakravarti. You never know. She's a mystery
And
spinner.
just if we have Nina, I think she could also be Mujib.
Mujibur Rahman, yeah, from Afghanistan, not in the IPL. Where do I find a form for the fans of your channel to get a chance to win IPL tickets? We are sponsoring IPL tickets for next season, not this season. Next
Yeah.
season, definitely. We will put out the forms very soon. Just fans asking questions, you have to answer them as well. Khalil Sakaria, Kuldeep Yadav, I think they are definitely going to use the impact rule with Prithvi Shaw and Yashdool/Manish Pandey, where they will bring in an extra bowler because they have just 5 bowling options, is what I see from this. Mitchell Marsh is not going to bowl, is what I'm assuming, because if he bowls, he then gets a hamstring injury. He's ruled out of the IPL, and then he's ruled out of the World Cup as well. And Ricky Ponting doesn't want that. Ricky Ponting said that Prithvi Shaw will have a blast of a season, which means that he will score 176 runs at an average of 17.6 with a strike rate of 122. He's just trying to jinx him, never know, reverse jinx, whatever the word is. Moving on to the Lucknow Super Giants, even though they were not, were they fourth? No, they were third, I guess.
Yes, you thought.
They were third, but I don't know, somebody put them fourth on
They
the
finished
order.
fourth, I think. Because
But yeah, what are the new buys for them? The biggest buy, Nicholas Puran, 16 CR, who scores 16 runs in the whole season. Jogging around there. But yeah, KL Rahul, Quinton de Kock, fantastic opening
I think
combination.
this is the best opening duo.
Yeah, most consistent opening duo, I
I think,
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is. I think getting the first wicket is going to be very, very,
Yeah,
easy
very
with
difficult,
this
yeah.
lineup, because So you got KL Rahul and Quinton de Kock. You could have Huda at 3, Puran at 4. Number
Stoinis
5.
will bat at 5.
I
Stoinis
think
will
they
bat at
got
5.
to have Stoinis up the
Yeah.
order, but let's see. It depends on the number of wickets that are gone. So yeah, if in case, but you have to maximize the potential of Stoinis. I think last time he was batting at 7,
Yeah,
8,
7,
9.
8, 9, 10, 11 also, I guess.
Yeah. So I think they got to figure out something over there. You have Krunal Pandya, whose batting has just tapered off, but I think he gets in that all-round ability. Now it's very keen on seeing whether does he be a victim of the impact rule? Because in Mr. Manjrekar's opinion, he's somewhat of a bits and pieces player.
Yeah.
Something even Lalit Yadav would fall into that category. Vijay Shankar for that matter.
Yeah.
So you see all these players who could offer both of both skills. Now would they wouldn't be a starting 11s. Yes, so it's I think this move will backfire for such players who are just learning to improve on and offering a bit of both skills. Now they'd be focusing on just working on one skill. So let's see how that goes for them. So coming back to Krunal Pandya, I think he's got to give them a lot with the bat at 7. And I'm very keen on seeing how Bishnoi goes, because I thought he'd have a good season last season. It didn't go that well.
14, 13 wickets in 14 games.
13
So yeah,
wickets, and
you
the
ask
economy
him.
also
Yeah,
was high.
ask better of him because he's
So
a
yes,
class bowler.
he's got to be aggressive in the middle. He has to take wickets for them in the middle overs, because yeah, opening I think opening the bowling, I think Avish is a good opportunity, good player there, and they have
Who are the other Indian bowling options they have? Because Mohsin Khan is not available at least for the first half of the IPL, and you don't see many Indian bowling options. Jaydev Unadkat is the only one I see. So they might have to remove an overseas player, but they can't because Decock plays, Puran plays, Stoinis plays, Wood plays. So yeah, this second Indian bowling could be an issue if Unadkat doesn't fire. Same with Avesh. Say if Avesh is out of form, you might have to look at other options. But the only player I know definitely the player who will be used as an impact player is Amit
yes,
Mishra.
I'm very keen on seeing Amit Mishra bowling with Ravi Bishnoi.
Oh,
I think
that's a mouth-watering
yes,
combination, man.
and I
You
hope they do,
just told me
and I
that.
hope they do it in Chennai.
That would be fun. That would
Yeah.
be fun.
But I don't think it will go that way, because Chennai has a lot of left-handed
Left-handed
batsmen, and
batsmen,
they're really good players of spin.
yeah.
So yeah, maybe I think they could do it in Delhi.
I saw Amit Mishra's fitness, and he's definitely not fit. But I'm sure he's going to bowl 4 overs and pick the wickets of Henrik Klaasen, Harry Brook, Aiden Markram, all those overseas
Could we
players.
expect another hat trick from him?
Why not? Amit Mishra, legend of the IPL. He was the leading wicket taker, most wickets by an Indian up till now, but now somebody else has gone ahead of him. But Amit Mishra, fantastic bowler. I'm just happy that he has got a team. I was hoping that he goes back to his original team, Delhi Capitals, but they decided to pick on Ishan Sharma, who might be used as. Okay, they have Krishnappa Gautam, who has an option, can replace Unadkat, but again,
No,
he's
no,
not a
for now.
4-over bowler. He's not a 4-over bowler.
Yeah, he's more of those, like I said, bits and pieces player.
Bits and
He
pieces
can
player,
come
yeah.
and tonk the ball. He can just
Yeah.
bowl some of it in the power play,
Yeah.
something that. But yeah,
We are just like 28 minutes away from the toss and 58 minutes away from the first ball of the first IPL game 2023. Moving on to RCB, similar team to last year. Let's move on to RR. Just joking, but yeah, very similar team. Okay, just another question coming in. Rumors 2024 T20 World Cup Cricket Adda panelists will be at every match in the States. Indies matches under consideration. This is not rumors, this is true news.
Yes.
Kevin and me will be at Florida, will be at Texas, where all the matches will be happening. India Pakistan game as well. We have the front seat tickets. Don't tell anybody.
would the winners of your fantasy game being, would be
Will
eligible for
win
tickets for
yeah,
the World Cup as
for
well?
the World Cup as well. You can contact us later whenever you win the fantasy.
The link is in the description.
Link is if you want to see that stream as well, where we had a IPL fantasy auction. Kevin was contesting, I was contesting. We had 6 more cricket enthusiasts playing that auction, and I think Kevin has the best team because he bought KL Rahul for 11 CR, who's going to score 700 runs at 47 average.
I was surprised that there were no RCB fans in the panel. Like,
The RCB fan was supposed to play, didn't come, so unfortunately,
yes,
we were 7 of us.
he
but
missed
yeah.
my celebration. Preeti Zinta said celebration after getting KL Rahul. Yeah. No
RTMs.
RTMs.
KL Rahul was bought for 11 CR in the 2018 auction, if you remember. And
11
RCB,
crores.
Yeah, 11 CR. That's exactly what I'm saying. And RCB didn't RTM him. Moving on to RCB,
Yes.
I think it's a very, very similar side to the last season, where you have Faf and Virat Kohli opening. Patidar will be a big miss. I see
Yes.
Suresh Prabhudesai playing there. Slash Maipal Lomror. Maxwell at 4 again. He's not available for the first game. They might replace him with Michael Bracewell, who scored 100 in that practice match which RCB played yesterday or day before.
Michael Bracewell looks very promising, but I don't know, is he the number 4 player? I'm not sure.
It's not number 4, but I don't think they
think-
have any other option right now. If Maxwell is not available, then again 5 you have an Indian domestic player. Dinesh Karthik will be back at 6, who hasn't played for a while. Shabaz Ahmed, fantastic all-rounder. Wanindo Hasaranga is not available for the first game. So again, does Michael Bracewell replace him? I think David Willey will replace him. Where do RCB
I think
play
David
for
Willey is
first
going to
game?
replace Josh Hazelwood.
No, Reece Topley can replace Josh.
I think Finn Allen will be a good option to have instead of Glenn Maxwell.
That's a good option. Yeah.
Yes, I think for the first game they could look at Finn Allen.
And
Maybe
he can bat at 3. Yeah,
I think they just have bring Faf down.
Faf is batting well in the power play, I guess.
Then you got to bring Virat down
Virat
because
down,
Finn Allen, I don't think he's a number 3 player. But let's see how that goes. The good thing about RCB is since 2020 they have gotten Mike Hessen.
Yeah.
A lot of stability within the team, and they made the playoffs all the time.
And they also have Freddie Wild, who is one of the Crick Quiz analysts, and he has been working with them for the last 2 years, and they have been doing well. Breakfast के लिए salt खत्म हो गया, stream के बाद ले आना. Tata Salt, if you're watching this stream, please do send a couple of boxes of salt at our place. What do you think?
Yes, else, yeah.
Do you prefer Tata Salt?
Or we switch a brand to Great Value again.
Great Value is also an option. Yeah, Great Value is an option. But yeah, Harshal Patel, Siraj, and Hazelwood again is not available, is what Kevin is saying, which is true. So they might go in with Reece Stokely or David Willey, depending on their mood. But both the left arm.
Is Reece Stokely fit? Because he was an injury-prone player.
No, I seen him in the practice match. He was playing the practice match. So,
yes. I think dead bowling is always going to be an issue at RCB. I think there's nothing at Chinnaswamy, can't do anything about it. And it's going to be a heartbreak for RCB fans. There's no Chell this time. And
no Chell at Chinnaswamy.
Yes, no Chell at Chinnaswamy. I think he deserves a stand. As he definitely deserves a stand over there. For the bowling, for the way he's done well. The moment he's left Bangalore, you just see he's gone on to win the purple cap. So just tells you the quality of a player. So if he gets the opportunities to bowl in big grounds, you can see the impact he's doing. Now, with one the Hasaranga coming in, I do not know whether he's going to have the same impact that the Chell brought to the team. So like Kohli's kind of like captaincy was just run through the 6 overs of power play, and after Kane just bring on Chahal and take care. Now there's no Kohli, of course, so it's Faf, and he's going to manage with Hasaranga. I think big role for Shahbaz Ahmed. I think it's a big season for him. He's going to be the player I'm going to look into this RCB team for to step up, because he really bowls well, and we saw last year with Dinesh Karthik, he was finishing off games for them as well.
Yeah, definitely. Shahbaz Ahmed is a very key player for RCB. Yes. Make no mistake. Yes, he's a domestic player. In fact, he has played for India a couple of games, but he was fantastic last year, and he should continue.
Yes, I think this batting lineup is not as strong as Mumbai Indians, but I think these guys too have to look at targeting 200 to 20 runs.
Yeah.
Yes, because Harshal Patel, Siraj, Topley, and Vandu Hasaranga, this is your bowling lineup in Chinnaswamy. I think it's going to disappear.
Let's see. Chinnaswamy played the first match at Chinnaswamy against the Mumbai Indians. That would be an interesting game. I think it's on Sunday night. Yes, Sunday night IST, 7:30 p.m., 2nd April, on the same date where India won the World Cup. Moving on to the Rajasthan Royals, they have the orange cap winner of the last year, and they have the purple cap winner of the last year, Joss Butler, and where is that guy?
I think both players would really agree. They're ready to trade their caps just to get the title.
Definitely. Coming very, very close last year in the final, losing it to Gujarat Titans. But let's look at their first 11. I think Joss Butler, Yashasvi Jaiswal, the opening combination. Good opening combination. RHB, LHB, one overseas, one Indian. And Jaiswal is in great form in the domestic circuit. So I think this is a good opening combination.
I think Padikkal, I'm not sure whether Padikkal is the right player at 4. But let's see.
But they don't have any
they're going to have Samson has to bat 3.
Samson,
irrespective of the right-left combo, he has to bat 3.
Okay.
Padikkal, let's see him, because Padikkal he likes the pace bounce, but he's still going to give you runs at 125. I think there's one game he was striking at 150 or something, but that's just one game. So I think big season for Padikkal, big season for Riyan Parag as well, because he's now not going to be considered as an all-rounder. So he's and even though he might give you points as a fielder, he's really good in his fielding and his dance skills. I don't know if there are extra points for that.
Yeah, I think there are some extra points for the Assamese dance skills.
Yes, but besides that, he's got to be that Indian uncapped player who's going to do well for them this season. So going back to the 11, I think Yashasvi Jaiswal and Joss Butler 1, 2, Samson at 3. But then after that you have Padikkal at 4. So big drop. Hetmeyer, I do not know. I've not seen Hetmeyer play that much. So
from the last season is what you're saying.
If in case Hetmeyer doesn't make it or something, you have a really good replacement in Joe Root.
But Joe Root has to bat in the top 3, I guess.
I think Joe Root. Yes, they would have to shuffle up their places and see. But I think Joe Root can step in. You got Holder at 7. You got Riyan Parag at 6. Ashwin. Trent Bolt, Kuldeep Sen. Yes, I think I'm very keen on seeing what happened to Saini. I think
Saini, yeah.
2020, you saw him deliver a really fantastic super over against Pollard and
Mumbai Indians, yeah. Hardik
Hardik
Pandya.
Pandya, and after
Yeah.
that he's just disappeared. So let's see. I've bought Kuldeep Sen. I want him to play, but I am very keen on seeing what happened to Saini. If he is he fit, then I think he could do something. He could do a bit of what Umran Malik is doing.
Navdeep
For,
Saini, yeah. Or are you talking about Kuldeep Sen?
I'm talking about
Navdeep Saini, yeah. I was a big fan of him in 2020, and then he just tapered off. I never saw him playing. I think last year as well, he played just 1 or 2 games for RR. I thought he was a good buy for 2.6. He was a fantastic buy, but they're just not finding plays. Prasidh Krishna was fantastic last season. In fact, I was checking up few numbers, and Rajasthan Royals in the power play was the best team as the bowling unit because they had Trent Bolt and Prasidh Krishna, and both of them clicked. This year, they don't have Prasidh Krishna, so Kuldeep Sen, I don't know how much he can bowl in the power play, but Jason Holder can definitely bowl in the power play in place of Bolt. But again, the problem which they face is there are just 5 bowlers here. None of the top 5 bowls, so they are definitely using the impact rule, impact
Yes,
player
but
rule.
who do they use the impact player for? Do they get in?
Padikkal.
I think they'll drop Jaiswal. I think Padikkal is good in the field.
Okay, yeah, one of them they drop, and then they
Yeah,
bring in,
okay.
say, a Kuldeep Yadav, who is a pacer, or a KM Asif, if they want a pacer, and if they want a spinner, they can go in with Murugan Ashwin. So they definitely have options there. And they even have KC Karyappa, the mystery spinner, who was a mystery when it started, and is still a mystery. Still finding his mystery, I think. But one thing which I checked around, they have Ashwin, they have Chehel,
Do we see Ashwin? Do we see Ashwin batting up the order? No.
and there is an option they do consider time and
Just
again.
to increase
So
the batting team.
yeah, just to increase the batting depth. That was the
I think
idea.
Ashwin will do a better role in particular. At
That's
at four.
an
At four,
interesting
yeah.
interesting point. But can we see Ashwin, Chehel, and Zampa at Chepauk? Ashwin, Chehel, Zampa at Chepauk. When is that game?
No, I don't
CSK
think
versus
so.
RR.
No, I don't think
CSK
so.
versus RR, 12th April, 7:30 p.m. Wednesday. Do we see Ashwin, Ashwin, Chehel, and Zampa? That would be a great
That would be
spin
a great.
combination at Chepauk.
Yes, that would be a great.
That would be a better spin combination than
But I
what
don't think
Chennai
they'll go
have.
for an overseas spin. I think considering
Drop
you have
Bolt,
Dubey,
right?
you have Moeen Ali, you have Jadeja, and you have Conway, and I think they're all
All left-handed.
all good players of spin as well.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure you would like to go with Adam Zampa. But Ashwin, I'm very excited on seeing this count. Ashwin and Chahal, bowling at Chennai.
So Gujarat Titans, the defending champions. What do you think? How did Gujarat Titans win the season last year?
I think
Can
it's
you
all.
just explain?
I think it's I think someone from up just wanted to humble all the cricket analytics and critics who are trying to analyze the game and just show that even though this game is decided by individual brilliance, it's always going to be a team sport. And I think that team played as those players, those 20 that scored 25 played like a team. I think credit to Ashish Nehra for all the criticism that he got with the RCB. He just showed that it wasn't him, it was RCB.
Yeah, so a few questions coming in. Aksar at 5, I think Kevin mentioned that he is not a big fan of Aksar at 5. He thinks then he has to play aggressively.
I think it's 6 is good option.
But I am a fan of Aksar at 5. I think he should be pushed up the order. He's a fantastic spin hitter. Say there are 2 spinners bowling throughout the middle, he can take on the spinners and then change the game. So Aksar at 5 is definitely an option. And Ricky Ponting is known for making all these promotions. If you remember, Mitchell McLennan back in 2014-13 was promoted at number 3, number 4.
He got 20, I think.
Yeah, he got 20 of 8 deliveries,
Against
smashed Kuldeep Yadav for 2 or 3 sixes. So that's definitely something which Ricky Ponting does. So you can watch out for that. A few more questions coming in. We'll answer this after we discuss Gujarat Titans. So yeah, Shubman Gill opening.
Big season for Shubman Gill. I think it's a 500 plus season. For
600 plus season.
Oh, fine.
So he is in fantastic form at the moment. I'm predicting for him to win the orange cap. Shubman Gill orange cap.
I think he's a very good contender. But I don't think KL Rahul will allow him to get it that easily.
No, KL Rahul won it only once, I think, in 20.
Yes, but he's been there on 600.
Yeah,
just that the other players have outbeaten him.
Yeah, that's true. But Gill, so you can either go with Wade as the overseas keeper, or you can go in Bharat/Saha, whoever you want.
I think they're starting off with Saha for sure. They have to be respectful to Saha. because I think he turned their fortunes around last season.
Sure.
And so I think they start off with Saha. I
Williamson
think
at
Williamson
three,
at 3.
Pandya at 4. Miller is not available
So
for
I
the
think
first
Wade
game.
starts off,
Wade
and
starts
then
off,
whoever
yeah.
does well between Williamson and Wade continues. I think that's how the approach is.
Okay. Tewati at 6, Rashid Khan at 7, Sai Kishore at
Yes,
8.
very excited to see Sai Kishore. I think he's, like I've said, like one player from each squad. I think Sai Kishore is someone whom I look at in this Gujarat side. Then you got Mavi.
I think Joseph and Mavi both should play. You can just go in with Alzari Joseph here
A
instead of.
lot of talk about Joseph.
He picked up a 5 wicket haul recently in that third T20 against South Africa. So definitely. Shivam Mavi, they have spent 6 CR on Shivam Mavi, so I think he is definitely playing. And Alzari Joseph, you have the option of Joshua Little as well, who can open the
Yeah, but
bowling along with Shami.
I don't see him playing.
Yeah.
There's a player, I think Yash Dayal.
Yes, Dayal is there
Yeah.
as well, so they can consider him as well. They have somebody like Sai Sudarshan or an Abhinav Manohar, Abhinav
I think
Sandrangani, who was fantastic last year.
just some part of me is just saying with the impact rule and all coming. For some reason, I think Vijay Shankar is going to have some impact in this game, in this tournament.
Interesting.
Yeah. So just because this is Gujarat has just proved, what you can say, doubters wrong. I think Vijay Shankar also needs to prove a lot of people wrong. So I
True.
think I think
True.
he'll get his opportunity in this tournament.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that bowling looks good. Shami, Joseph, and Mavi. I do
Sai
not
Kishore
know
and
who's
Rashid
going
as
to.
well.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to bowl in the
Death.
Yes, I don't know who's going to bowl.
I think Rashid Khan is. I don't know. I don't know.
yeah.
That's true. But okay, they have Hardik Pandya. They have a lot of bowling
I
options.
don't know.
Tewati as well.
For them to defend their title, I think whatever went right last season has to go right again this time.
Yeah, Miller 481
Yeah,
runs.
because I'm not sure that Tewati and Rashid Khan
Are going to finish games again.
yes, the way they did that, and we don't know how Hardik Pandya is going to approach it as well. Like last time we saw him bat very responsibly,
True.
but yeah, this time with Williamson and Gill, playing in the top 3, there might be I'm expecting he'll come in a lot at the 10 over mark. So does he have the freedom to go explosive, or does he play conservative? Because considering you have Miller, Tewati, and Rashid at the back end.
I think Sai Kishore can bat a bit.
Yes.
Mavi can
Or do
bat
we
as
see
well.
him having Miller up the order and him coming and batting down?
I don't think, because Hardik Pandya needs to score runs, because he thinks that scoring more runs gets you in the Indian team. I mean,
I don't know, because see, he's captain now and he seems secure of his position because he's established just one title win and he's overtaken India's successor, whom they were looking at, KL Rahul, for that matter. So yeah, and I think they're so impressed with his contributions that there are rumors that Rohit and Kohli might not even be considered.
Yeah, for the T20 World Cup. We will discuss all those things when the T20
so I
World
think
Cup is around. But
it's all on
Hardik
Pandya and how he wants to go about. But I think he's the kind of player, I don't think he's going to be selfish. He's proved himself. We might have him push players up and come down the order and be aggressive.
Yeah, the sheets are out. The game is starting in 42 minutes. The toss is in 12 minutes. A few questions coming in. What content do we expect from Cricket Adda this season? We are definitely planning to have weekly reviews about all the IPL teams. So we will discuss what happened in the last week and what can we expect in the next week. Every weekend is what we are planning at the moment. And apart from that, we will put out some short form content. We'll just cut all these things and then put in as a reel. That gives us more views, is what I think. So definitely looking forward to that as well. But this is going to be a big IPL season. IPL 2023, 16th season of the IPL. Many new rules. There was another question which we missed. Any rookie Indian players to look out for in this IPL? Chances to see them in the Indian team. With GT, I don't think there is anybody. I think Abhinav Manohar and Sai Sudarshan, if they get a chance, are the players to look out for. Then for RR, I think Kuldeep Sen definitely, if he plays all, say, if he plays 10 to 12 games out of the 14, he's definitely very quick. He's the one to watch out for, and he might be around the Indian team as well. He played one game for India against Bangladesh.
I think is Yash still going to be the emerging player of the tournament? Do you think he'll get
if
that
he gets
games?
all the 14 games,
or is it going to be Ayush Baduni?
Ayush Badoni, I don't think he's batting down the order, so it's difficult to get the emerging player award from there. But Shahbaz Ahmed, as we mentioned, another fantastic young Indian player. For LSG, Mohsin Khan is a big miss. I would have loved to see him for another season.
I think Shahbaz Ahmed is going to be the emerging player.
Yeah,
I think he's not. I thought he's played enough games, but I don't think. I think 25 is the mark.
Yeah, 25 is the mark. I think I don't think he has played 25. He's played around 18 games. For our DC, I don't see any. Yash Dul, as you mentioned, Yash Dul could be the option. Prab Simran Singh, if he gets going, could be a player to watch out for from Punjab Kings because
But I don't think Punjab will back him for 14
yeah,
games. That's the
that's true.
sad part.
That's true. But Jitesh Sharma,
It's going to be a
Jitesh
breakthrough
Sharma.
season for Shah Rukh Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan, I don't think so. He is looking completely out of form, is what I see. Let's see, KKR. I think Rinku Singh, watch out for him. He's a fantastic player. Almost won that game against
I
LSG.
think Rana will emerge.
He's already emerging, right? Still emerging. I don't know. He's played for 5 years, still emerging. You can watch out for no really young players in this side.
Abhishek Sharma.
Abhishek Sharma has been doing well for the last 2 seasons. CSK also never have a young player, so you can just move forward. And then MI, watch out for the two spinners, Ritik Shokin and Kumar Karthik. I think one of them has to have a good season if MI have to contend for the top four. So that's for the young players which we mentioned. Now, talking about the predictions, we have 9 minutes before the toss happens for the first game. Predictions top four. Give your top four.
So I think Gujarat,
Gujarat Titans once again. Okay.
SRH, CSK,
CSK.
and I just lost.
Are you going with Pune Warriors India?
Lucknow.
Lucknow. Okay,
Yeah.
so I will give my top four. I think CSK, SRH, RCB. I think with a decent side can make it the top four, and then LSG or RR, one of them. But I would
LSG or RR.
yeah, I would be backing LSG to go into the top four because
I think RR will go, but I think because this is the only team that needed the impact player rule and will implement it the most.
Yeah.
Because other teams all have issues with their squads because they don't have the kind of players to maximize this potential. Yeah, was the impact rule announced before the auction or after the auction?
It was announced before the auction, saying that it might happen, but the official announcement was after the auction. So
no wonder teams didn't plan
well. But apart from that, two more predictions we have to make: orange cap, purple cap. I think orange cap Shubman Gill, purple cap. I am backing Bhuneshwar Kumar. Bhuneshwar Kumar lost the BCCI contract. He's getting the purple cap.
I was going to say, I wish Rabada.
Just because you have bought these players in the auction doesn't mean that they will do well. Just to busting the myth there. Bust team. I think he means best team. I think on paper SRH seems to be the solid team. Apart from CSK, I think. CSK has a few problems in the death bowling.
I
but
think on
SRH,
paper with no injuries, considering the squad size, I think
SRH, yeah,
really
exactly.
good.
SRH.
And you got two selfless players. Come on,
Mayank and Tripathi there,
and two you can say underrated players. I think Bhuvaneshwar and Natarajan just go under the radar. It's a really good squad.
Okay, bust means worst. Our English is really bad. We had to study for GRE, man. What did we do?
I think it's a no-brainer.
What are you talking about? For worst team, you are talking about KKR.
Yeah, I think.
Are you agreeing with me on KKR?
Yeah, I think KKR. I feel bad. I feel bad for my friend Mr.
For
Philip.
Venki Mysore.
Special shout out to my friend Philip Pinto. Couldn't make it on season. Yeah, he used to ridicule me by calling the team, my team, RCB as RCB. But I think now the tables have turned. So yeah, KKR. It seems I think the saddest part was they knew that Shardul Thakur was going to be released. They could have just thought about buying him.
Buying him.
I think the trade for Gujarat for Lockie Ferguson made sense. But Shardul Thakur, I think they could have tried to buy him in the auction. But before going into the auction with so many holes and you pick two players for 20.5 crores, considering that had other issues, was I think a bad move. I think KS Bharat should have been on their top priority in this team.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. They needed a keeper, Sheldon Jackson, Sam Wilkes.
They could have even thought of getting Sheldon Jackson back. They should just focused on getting an experienced player. They don't have experience on the side now. They could have held on to Rahane as well. So this team doesn't have the kind of experience. It's all going to be on the coach. And
Chandrakant Pandit,
yes,
fantastic coach.
the
But
only
yeah.
positive that they could look to is, I think, what Ricky Ponting did with Shreyas Iyer in 2018-19. I think this is something that this team could also look to, where the coach is the one who guides the captain and playing this. So let's see. Just like we had pep talks from Ponting.
Ponting, yeah.
I think,
Chandrakant Pandit might do that,
yes,
but
yes.
see, they got it wrong, horribly wrong in the auction when Venki Mysore and their analyst not Hari, Shrikant, only Shrikant and Venki Mysore were the two guys who were discussing on the auction table. Apart from that, you had Shah Rukh Khan's daughter, Shah Rukh Khan's son, and Juhi Chawla's daughter. I don't know how much value add do they give on that auction table. We could have done a better job, is what I feel, at the
I
auction,
like how you
because
mentioned the analyst's name as well. So, like KKR fans, if you know,
I know he has been their analyst for quite a few years now.
yeah.
Shrikant.
No, I said, so if you want, if you no, you can't throw stones at things.
Yeah,
Not throwing
definitely. But
stones.
Venki Mysore, if they don't do well now, he might his job might be in danger, because Venki Mysore has been their CEO for quite a while now, and they haven't
I think
done well.
they've self-destructed post 2018.
Exactly.
The team was built on Indian players, and now you don't see any Indian players
Yeah,
at
it's
all.
all overseas. Andrew Russell, Sunil Narine,
I
that's
think,
it.
and at the retention, I think they lost it at the auction table in 2022 when they retained those four. And because they retained those four, you didn't go for the better all-rounders, didn't go for the better openers, and it's sad. Whatever happened.
Sure. 4 minutes to the toss. Early predictions. Who is winning the first game? It's GD versus
Who's winning the
CSK.
toss first?
I think Dhoni will win the toss and opt to bowl first at Ahmedabad. What do you think?
Yeah, I hope so. Whichever team wins the toss, bat first. I miss those days where the side would come out and opt to bat and just go blazing. So
True.
yeah, but I hope if I wish to see this Gujarat chase. I want to see Chennai bat first. I want to see Gujarat chase. I don't know who wins the toss, but I wish that Gujarat wins this game, because it'll just be like kind of like passing on the baton. Because Hardik Pandya is considered to be the cool, calm guy like Dhoni was.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Let's see.
how that
Let's see.
goes.
Ahmedabad, first match, 3 minutes to the toss. We are now ending this stream. If you have any questions, do let us know in the comment section. Quickly, we'll be here for another 1-2 minutes. The news coming in the early morning EST, is that Sandeep Warrior has replaced Jasprit Bumrah in the Mumbai Indians team, and Abhishek Porel has replaced Rishabh Pant. Maybe we see more bat first with two-player sheets now. That's true. With that thing, you might see teams going for, isn't it? With those two sheets things, two teams thing, you can bat first as well. You can take that risk because you can construct your team in such a way that you are batting first. So definitely that's something you can watch out for. And especially towards the second half of the season, I see more teams batting first because the pitches start getting slow. And at Chepauk, you want to bat first. You don't want to chase 140 against Chennai, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's something to watch out for. Watch out for the Chepauk. It's the home and away format after 3 years. 2019 was when it happened last. So you have Chinnaswamy, you have the Eden Gardens, you have the Wankhede Stadium, you have the Chepauk in Chennai, you have the Firoz Shah Kotla or the Arun Jaitley Stadium, and obviously the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. I missed out the Mohali IS Bindra Stadium, but that's not a great stadium anyway. So uh, let's meet again next week, maybe for the IPL first week review and the second week preview. For now, it's goodbye from Cricket Adda. I hope you enjoyed this stream. We discussed all the 10 teams, made some predictions. We will revisit these predictions after the IPL. Thank you very much for joining, and do like, share, and subscribe.